Hello, this is a test drive of my technical challenge, and let's get started. So the application is already running. You start it up by running it as a Spring Boot application, for example, like this. Spring Boot app. It runs on localhost 5000. So let's see what happens when we log in. Then we must log in as a user. So when I log in as admin, here I get a greeting and I can resize the grid. If I log in as a user, you see I cannot resize the grid. This is like by design. So let's log in back as admin. And let's execute a sample script. Click submit. It's executed OK. Now let's see what else it can do. It can do pretty good error reporting. So submit an empty script, error, sample script. Let's position it outside of the grid. Perfectly error. Let's try to break some command by doing a typo here. Submit, line 4, an error gets reported. Let's just remove this. Let's add an extra argument to the forward command. Again, an error is reported. You can type in something here. But here after this is a comment, so it doesn't care. Let's type something like this. Submit. It again gives you the error number. So if you do it like this, it says okay. Let's do forward 2. Submit. First, it says first command must be a position command, and you see it's pretty good at validating the user input. So let's try a custom scenario. So like this, position 0, 0, south, forward say 4, and then we need to turn left, forward 4, and there we go. So it'll start here, get here, turn left. Okay, let's try resizing the grid. Let's make it very small. Then position 0, 0 south, turn around, bam, perfect. Let's try then to make a move forward. Out of range, right? And again, the error number is given here. So let's try to do maybe something like this. Let's say west, no, east. Then forward 1, and then it needs to turn right and forward 1. Submit, bam, script executed. Okay. So but if you do forward 10 here, it will give you an error. So line 4, out of range coordinates. So this is pretty much what it's capable of doing, and let's take a closer look at the implementation. So here's the package. There are two controllers, one for what the user sees, right, and one for the backend. So basically, when we press the submit button here, an AJAX query is sent to this endpoint, and then either a coordinate, which is the final position of the robot, is computed, or basically an error is thrown. Then if we turn to the service layer, there's only one service with one method, execute script, and here's how it's implemented. So once the script is received from the user, it is parsed into a series of commands, and then these commands are executed one by one. And basically the coordinates are returned. If an error is found with the script, then this exception is thrown. So here we are using the command pattern, and we can see it here actually in the command package. So here we have command, and this is an abstract class, two methods which need to be implemented: execute and validate. So here's how they look for the forward command. it takes an instance of a robot object, calls its method, and throws an exception if something is wrong, and the arguments are validated, and they are validated inside the constructor, so we're always creating correct command objects. And I think this solution is easy to extend, so if you need another command, you just add another line here and change one line of the code in the parser to include this command as an option. So if we turn to the robot class, which is the domain layer, pretty much here, we'll see that it has two key methods, move forward and rotate, and that's pretty much how it is. So I'd say that these are the key components, the controllers which receive the request. Then a script execution service handles it. It handles it by using domain objects, where these are the robot one and one of the instances of the command class. We obtain these commands from the script by using the command parser class. And this is how it is pretty much in the back end. All the front end files are here in the static and templates directory. And so here we can see like the login page and the robot control page. So as you can see, we are using Thymeleaf, and all of the stuff is included here actually. So we are making use of th fragments which to actually make everything modular. And we are using, for example, Thymeleaf here to display some things only conditionally. And if we turn to the main JavaScript file, it will be this. So JavaScript is written also in an OOP fashion. An instance of a grid class is created. Once the page is loaded, it is drawn. An instance of a robot class is created. These are handed to the robot page controller object, and the robot page controller is headed to a backend communication manager. So these guys live in their respective libraries. So here's the grid class, here's the robot class, and here's the backend communication manager and the robot page controller. As you see, we need a couple of listeners. The listeners are implemented as methods on these classes, and here we just attach them using jQuery. So this is the end of this brief overview. I hope it was able to give you clarity into how the project works.